Hey, yo. I'm Travis. This is Josh. And you're watching Dropping the Elbow, dude.
Ooh, yeah. Dig it.
We ain't got a limit, ballin' like a scrimmage. Pushing up and rented, and you know it's tenant. I'm just waiting on a call, cause we know you finished. Whole team about to get it like we want a pennant.
Welcome back to yet another episode of Dropping the Elbow DTE. I am Travis. This is Josh. Today we're going to be talking about AEW Dynamite. That we've been talking about Dynamite the past few weeks. Because to be honest with all of you, I have actually been pretty out of tune with NXT ever since it's made its jump to 2.0. So I don't want to rule out that we're going to talk about NXT in the future or Raw or SmackDown. I was thinking about doing a draft episode for Raw and SmackDown, but to be truthfully and brutally honest, that draft for Raw and SmackDown was one of the more boring ones I've ever seen.
They've had better.
So I don't really ever want to get into it. Some people switch brands and actually think it's going to be good for them, like Ricochet going to SmackDown. Anyway, that's for another time. There's some good moves that they did over there, but I want to talk about AEW Dynamite this past week. We had, and to be honest, so I'm going to prove to all of you that I'm not a homer for
Fanboy.
AEW. Yeah, like
I'm
not going to sit here and tell you that they have nothing wrong with them, because I actually have had a couple of problems with them this past week. Number one is the thing that led off the show. I don't have a problem with that match leading the show, which was a 5-man tag? Jurassic Express, Christian Cage, and Bryan Danielson. So 4-4. Is that right?
8.
No.
Well,
it's a 5-on-5, right?
Okay, so 10-man tag, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. 10-man tag, 5-on-5. I don't have a problem with that match. They were taking on the Young Bucks, Omega, and Adam Cole. I don't have a problem with this match. The problem I had, how do you not give them entrances to start the show, man? Come on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's the part of being live is better, because being live, you see the entrances, and then as a TV show, you just see them already in the ring.
Exactly. See, this is our thing where we talk about them only having a 2-hour show, and they're trying to cram everything into 2 hours, and not only that, they have a humongous roster. So it's like they're trying to make enough time for everybody. But with the way that Adam Cole right now showing up, and his song is number one on Apple iTunes or whatever.
It's up there on the charts.
Yeah. And like you gotta have to have that music, man. You're trying to, like, you have your hardcore base of fans that watch. People watch AEW. Like you and I, we knew we were gonna watch AEW from the jump. You know what I mean? You have fans like that, but AEW is still trying to reach fans who haven't watched the product before, or who are still watching WWE, and they want to steal those fans away from WWE and put them in AEW. You're gonna have to find ways, especially with a song like Adam Cole's song, which is on top of the charts. You want to have that song hit. I'm telling you, music in wrestling is one of the biggest things about pro wrestling. A lot of people says it takes away from the actual pro wrestling is a show. You know what I mean? You're not only just getting wrestling. You are getting the entertainment value. You're getting the dramatic stuff. You're getting the pyro, the music. You're getting the whole experience with this. So you want that. Not only Adam Cole's song, Bryan Danielson's song.
Yeah,
those
are all stars. All stars in that ring. But, I get it. They have 2 hours, and they have a lot of matches to do. And that's a lot of guys to come out. Yeah. But, I don't know. Like, for me, that is one of the flaws of that past show. But it's not a huge flaw. That's like a production flaw.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like they do it every week.
It's like more of a production flaw, But like, as far as, like, booking and, the way they're running stuff, that's what I'm mostly looking into. As far as, like, production-wise, the entrances, that should have been on there. But there's other things that bothered us.
Yeah.
And
we can get into that.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to ask you, are you okay with the outcome of the match? Are you okay with the Elite pretty much beating Jurassic Express, actually pinning Jungle Boy, who we've all said that Jungle Boy, they look like they're going to push him and all that kind of stuff. I mean, are you okay with all that?
For one, I'm not happy with Jungle Boy getting the pin.
Yeah. Maybe
Christian. That would have been cool. But it's fine. I'm glad of who won the match.
Yeah. Either way, I would have been fine with it.
That's honestly how you build a champion on these shows. You make them win a whole bunch of times. If you were to look at WWE now, you see Roman Reigns, he's doing this thing. I don't recall the last time he lost. But But that's how you really build a champion that's dominant, and you need someone to believable to beat Kenny Omega. And so I guess Bryan Danielson is going to have another shot at that championship. That'd be great. We just had Hangman Page win that ladder match, halfway Dynamite.
Yep. So that Dynamite match, that ladder match, it had Moxley, it had Pac, it had Matt Hardy, Lance Archer, Orange Cassidy,
CN. I mean Andrade.
Yes.
Sorry.
And the Joker of that match, the wild card, the Joker, it was at Hangman Adam Page, who got a tremendous pop, by the way.
Right.
Fantastic. And this is where the other problem I have comes in, because and it's not a huge major thing. It's not going to shift people away from the show or whatever. But you're so used to, like, especially a match like this, dramatic finishes. You know, it literally came down to Adam Hangman Page on the ladder with Mox, and they're both battling it out. And it was literally just a series of punches.
And then Moxley falls
off.
And then he grabs it. I know that was kind of anticlimactic there. For like, you have Moxley and Hangman on the top ladder.
You want to see something epic,
He just falls off and he grabs it. That's what got me.
Well, Joshua and I were watching together. We were watching together, and I remember when that was happening, you were just like, This is how it finishes?
That's how it ends?
This is it right here? Yeah, and I was just like, in my mind, I was like, no, this can't be it.
Yeah.
I was waiting for someone to push him off the ladder or something. And no, straight up, Moxley just falls and Hangman just unhooks it. Yeah.
But here's another thing. Every time they have these ladder matches, is the Joker always going to win?
Yeah, see, that's
another, like, why can't they just throw a swerve? You know, what if, like, see, I know, like, everyone wanted Hangman to win. Hangman would have been cool to win and everything, but, like, why not throw a curve? Why not, like, it's Hangman at the end, right? Grabbing the chip, but then someone else, like Almas or something like that, just pulls a swerve on everybody, throws him off, and he grabs it.
That would have been sweet.
Everyone was expecting Hangman to win. Throw a little curve in there.
Yeah, you're right, because anytime there's been a Joker, at least to my memory, Battle Royals, and now this ladder match, anytime there's a Joker, it seems to be the Joker always wins. And
besides Leo Rush.
Yes, okay, there it is. There's the exception. Yeah. You don't want to always get in the habit of making that happen, because obviously people are just going to know and expect every time there's a Joker, and no matter what match it is, they're probably going to win. So yes, Leo Rush, that's a good point.
Oh, also Christian.
Want to balance it out a little bit.
Christian didn't win either. He faced Jungle Boy, didn't he?
But was he
the last two? It was Jungle Boy and Christian, and Jungle Boy eliminated him, didn't he?
But he wasn't a Joker, was he? Christian?
I thought he was the special.
I remember they had this special signing. That's when he first showed up.
Oh, that was probably it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so he wasn't a Joker.
But yeah, so it's almost similar to the Money in the Bank, right? For WWE. You don't want to think that every time somebody has it, they're automatically going to win. So WWE, even though it hasn't gone well the times that they had someone cash in and lose, it is sort of smart to do it that way, because you don't want it to be like an automatic guarantee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, when the cash-ins happened, then they didn't cash in and actually win. You were kind of just a little bummed out. You're like, well, what was the point? They wasted it, whatever. But it is kind of smart. And I feel like AEW should follow that with the Joker thing. Like already Leo Rush lost. That's the only one I can remember.
Yeah.
There might be another one, but you don't want to have them win every single time, the Joker, because then people are just going to know for sure. Like there's no doubt. I want to talk about something that's actually a pretty bright spot on AEW that I don't even think a lot of people, including AEW, knew was going to be a bright spot, and that is Dante Martin.
Oh, because
the past few times we've seen Dante Martin on Dynamite, he has blown everyone away. And honestly, he's part of a team. Was it Top Flight? Is that their
Top
team?
Flight.
Yeah, and I guess his partner is hurt.
Yeah.
So he's kind of shining on his own right now, and that's exactly what he's doing. He is shining. He's looking great in every situation he's in. So he gets actually promo time, right, in the ring with Tony Schiavone, which I thought is a pretty big deal for a guy that young. And like we mentioned, like the week before, MJF came out and he talked about the 4 pillars of AEW, and it's all, Jungle Boy, Darby, MJF, and why am I forgetting the last guy? Who's the 4th one of the pillars? Jungle Boy, Darby, MJF.
I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, there was 4 pillars. Sammy Guevara. There was the 4 pillars of AEW, and now all of a sudden it's like, well, what if there's 5 now? Because Dante Martin,
he's been there,
young dude. Been there since, I'm pretty sure, the start, or very close to it. And he's shined a lot. And now it seems like he's entering a program with Malachi Black, which is a big deal.
It's cool.
whether he wins or not, it's a big deal.
It's cool because Dante Martin, in my opinion, it's almost like a Dolph Ziggler kind of thing, where like all the fans know what he can do in that ring, and everyone knows how great he is in that ring. But like, and so like you noticed that when Dante Martin started talking and everything, or when he came out, everyone gave him a huge ovation in the crowd and everything. Like, if you were to see that a couple months, like a year ago, they'd be like, "Who the hell is Dante Martin?" Exactly. And no one knew Dante Martin or like cheered for him like that. If you knew him, then it's probably from like the Indies. No one else knew. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But so he comes to the ring to the public eye, and he's getting that ovation.
Gets that promo.
And all he's been doing is just tag team action, little spots here and there in the singles. He hasn't really been sticking out with storylines or anything, and he still gets an ovation. And for him to jump into a storyline like that by himself with Malachi Black,
that's huge, man.
It's great. That's basically how you that's how you do it.
Yeah,
you build someone,
you're building stars.
You build them up.
Yeah, and to be honest with all of you, I wouldn't get your hopes up on Dante beating Black.
Probably not.
I don't know if they're going to do that. I doubt they're going to do that. But even if he loses against Black, trust me, it is for the better. I mean, this guy is going to come out looking way better than he did going in, and he already looks great going in. So this is huge. This is big for Dante Martin. I'm excited for that program. When the lights went out and came back on, it was Black. You and I were just like, wow.
Yeah, they're going to do this.
We're doing this. Okay.
The thing is, I like to do predictions. Yeah. With these things. So I feel like
that's the fun part about being a fan.
I feel like this is what I feel like is going to happen with this whole situation. I feel like when Malachi faces Cody, Dante is going to distract Malachi this time, and Cody gets the win.
You still think they're going to battle?
I feel like that's going to be a grudge.
I feel like they've moved on, and it's now going to be Dante Martin and Black. Do you think they're still going to continue their Black and Cody?
Yeah. I don't think that's over.
At some point, Malachi is going to have to lose, most likely.
Yeah.
Unless AEW is treating this like a Undertaker type of situation, where Malachi can go months, years, not losing. You know what I mean? Like, or even at a specific pay-per-view he doesn't lose or whatever, sort of like WrestleMania and Taker. I don't know if they're doing that with Black, but eventually Black is going to have to lose, and it would make sense for him to lose, I guess, in a way like you're saying, where it's a distraction or something, kind of ease the blow a little bit. Because whoever beats Malachi Black, if it's clean and a straight up one-on-one, that's going to skyrocket whoever just beat him. It has to.
I mean, this could be just a WWE habit of us thinking.
It's true.
Because there's always distractions.
That's true. Yeah.
And, there's never really clean finishes. But that's why I feel like that would be the best way to do it, honestly, for Aleister Black. Yeah. I mean, Malachi Black. Sorry.
Well, what about Dante beating Black if Cody distracts Black?
That would probably happen.
It would probably help and better benefit Dante than it would Cody, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're going to turn Cody heel, which I feel like is what they're going to do. And that would actually help put Cody as a heel, because nobody wants to see Black lose. And if Cody does that, everybody's already booing Cody. They're just like, yo, now he cost him a match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it could happen. I don't know. It's fun with AEW because
there's many things you could do.
They don't have a track record. You don't know.
It's unpredictable almost.
Exactly, yeah. Like, there are some things you can sort of see the writing on the wall, but there's a lot of things where you're just like, maybe, like you just said, we're just thinking in WWE's way. Yeah. AEW might not be the same in that type of regard. So, I want to touch quickly, too, on the new title that AEW now has. It's a TBS Championship.
TBS.
And this title specifically will be designated for the women. And I think that's pretty cool because
that's a good one.
Normally, we don't see multiple titles for women.
But here's what I have with
WWE. That's, again, another WWE mindset type thing.
But here's what I have with that. Is there really that much women, like great women on AEW for someone to hold that? I mean, basically, you just have Britt Baker with the regular championship. Most likely, Jade Cargill is going to win that TBS championship. But, like, other than those two, Nyla, Hikaru,
and then Soho
Thunder Rosa.
Layla Hirsch is cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's got the backing on her already.
They need to start. Maybe that's why they didn't. They need to start building more.
Yeah.
To get a little popularity, some more character in there,
And this is going to be a tournament for the women, which we, like Josh just said, I fully expect it too, where Jade Cargill is probably going to get that championship. I don't think you're really on board with Cargill.
I'm not. No,
I kind of am. Like, I'm not saying she's amazing in the ring, but she's definitely a presence. You see her, and you already know, like, she's a bigger deal than most of the other girls there just by looking at her. So I feel like Cargill is going to end up winning this tournament. I don't know who's she going to be in the final with. Maybe Red Velvet because they've teased like they've
Red
teased
Velvet.
a feud for a while. I don't know, but it is cool to see. I still do think though that the men's division could use a new or another title because they have too many people on this roster, dude. And I'm not saying everything has to be revolved around a title storyline wise, but the TNT Championship, I guess you're gonna hold off until you build that up, I guess, to make it more of like a prestigious type of deal.
I would want trios tag team championships.
That'd be cool. That would be cool
because there's a lot of factions.
A lot of factions, yeah.
And I would also like an AEW Dark Championship, and what you mentioned the other day, maybe an AEW Rampage Championship for everyone. You know, I mean, you can't just go off these.
Yeah. You know what I think would be cool too, and it's because of the rating of the show. It's not a PG show. I think a hardcore type of title would be kind of cool for AEW because AEW they're more of the edgier type of brand.
There's me thinking stuff now. You know what would be great? A hardcore championship. Have Zack Ryder and Nick Gage face an AEW, man.
See, that'd be great. That'd be sweet.
Nick Gage comes back. Cardona comes back.
I mean, because AEW is not afraid of getting edgier.
Because that was a lot of heat.
Yeah, dude.
That was a lot of heat for Cardona to beat Nick Gage for that championship.
And if you're looking for something for Moxley to do, he can hold that title. Like, you got some guys in AEW, and now that they work with other promotions too, who have this type of background where they don't mind being in these violent, bloody matches. Yeah. And if AEW is okay with putting those type of matches on their TV, on air, which they have done before, then why not get a sort of, I don't know if you call it a hardcore title, I don't know what you want to call it, if you want to find a different name for it, but I think that type of title would be cool in AEW.
Why not like a deathmatch championship?
Dude, imagine, would they only have death matches for it?
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That is
like,
a lot.
Like 1 month, death match.
Yeah.
Next week, death match. Like, jeez, how many LED lights can I take to the freaking head?
But I still think I feel like something like that would be pretty sweet for AEW.
That'd be epic.
They need something like that. Can we get into CM Punk's promo? I don't know if remember every single thing was said. I'm not expecting you to, but I just want to talk generally speaking with CM Punk. It's weird, this whole situation, because many fans have wanted Punk back for years now. Us included. We've wanted him back ever since he left. And we go nuts for him. We were excited when he showed up. And we've talked about Punk pretty much every episode of Dropping the Elbow. We obviously love CM Punk. A lot of people do. But at some point, we're going to have to stop doing these promos. And,
oh, yeah.
And I understand he's a lot of people look at him as a talker. A lot of people say he's better talking than he is wrestling. That aside, he's looked great since coming back, especially after his first match. It seems like he's starting to pick it up a little more. And he's actually faced Daniel Garcia on Rampage, which we haven't seen yet. But I don't know how well he did that match. I don't know how good he looked. But I know last week against Will Hobbs, he looked great.
The match was, with Daniel Garcia, that match was okay. Yeah. It was basically everything you would you would probably see in a Punk match. Daniel Garcia was working his leg a lot during that match. And Daniel Garcia pulled out an Olympic slam. That was pretty cool.
I don't mind Garcia. I think he's pretty good.
He's all right, especially with the guys he's running with.
I like them, yeah.
But it was a pretty standard match. Nothing really stuck out. That was like Shining Wizard and everything. CM Punk.
Like this is my thing. I'm gonna need Punk to be in a meaningful rivalry. I think for me to finally get over all of these promos and in-ring interviews, all this kind of stuff, him and commentary. Like, I want to see Punk get in there, Yeah. And I remember I said one week that Punk's at his best when he has he's cutting an angry promo. And he came out, I think, a week or two ago, and he had one of those promos where he was actually fired up and ready to go. And I was just, all right, maybe we're there now. Maybe Punk's back. You know what I mean? And then again, on Wednesday, Dynamite, he's cutting another one of these promos where it was more of like a really pandering to the crowd. I'm happy. I love all of this. It's a love fest. I love hearing my song. I love you guys singing my song. I'm like, come on, Punk, come on.
I feel like his promos every week are pretty much meaningless.
Yeah,
to me, it's like he comes in and checks on everyone and he leaves.
Exactly.
I love Punk. We love Punk, but your best promos are like when you're in a rivalry with somebody or you're talking about somebody. You can't just come out here and say, I love doing this. You guys are great. I love Philadelphia. Wait until Rampage. I'll fight for you guys. Bye.
Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna fight on Rampage with Daniel Garcia, the whole promo should just be about Daniel Garcia.
Yeah. Or build it for a couple weeks or a few weeks. You know what I mean?
Like
let's get invested in this stuff.
Yeah, but these promos every week seem meaningless to me. I mean, I love Punk. I would love to see him every week. Maybe, divide it, him wrestle, and then a couple weeks he comes out, talk about his next match or like to the person he's facing. But I'm not a fan of these. Yeah,
let me get a meaningful feud. You got this whole roster up and down. That's amazing in AEW. And I know he said he wants to work with the younger guys, the upcoming talent. That's great. I'm all for that. But let's get a meaningful one then with the young talent. You know what I mean? The Will Hobbs one, they could have drawn that out a little bit. They could have drawn it out, but give Hobbs the upper edge. Like you gotta do more than trying to put Punk through a table one week that doesn't even break. You got to do something more than this. You got to have a battle of promos. You got to do something personal. Like, let's get something going here for Punk. I'm excited that he's back. I love seeing him come out, and every time his song hits, I get pumped. I get that feeling again that I used to get when he came out. I'm like, some shit's going down. And then he gets in there, and it's like you said. It's like, hey, how is everybody? I love you guys.
Just checking in.
This is fun. Who wants to fight next? Let's fight you. And then he leaves. It's like, come on. I want something. I want something more.
It's like
than
a very polite Goldberg.
Yeah.
You're next.
Who's next? Oh, okay.
Well, you are next.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel Garcia.
Yeah.
Also, I want to ask about Brian Cage and Ricky Starks right now.
Yeah. And I mentioned last week on this episode of Dropping the Elbow, where is Ricky Starks, dude?
He popped up.
And I think they heard me. They had to have heard me because, lo and behold, there's Ricky Starks in the ring cutting a promo on Brian Cage.
FTW champion.
Yes.
Ricky Starks is awesome. He's really good on the mic.
Yes.
His best work is probably as a heel. That's usually the case for most wrestlers. But I'm a big fan of Brian Cage.
Yeah.
I like Brian Cage. I've seen some matches. Like I remember most matches in Lucha Underground, to be honest. And he's had really good matches. He can do a lot. He's very versatile for a man his size. I'd really want him to move past Team Taz already. Try to do something.
Get over that whole thing.
Try to do something with Brian Cage other than Taz in the FTW Championship. If anything, I thought it was cool just having Taz and Brian Cage. Have Taz with Brian Cage.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, but they didn't take that turn. So I want Brian Cage to do other things rather than just Team Taz.
He reminds me of Ron from Jersey Shore.
Yeah, he does.
Doesn't he, dude? Every time I see him, it's like, Ron, stop. As he was running down to the ring to face Ricky, I was doing that. It's like, Ron.
I'm going to go to the boardwalk.
Sam, come on. I do like Brian Cage, too. I'm not a crazy fan, but I do like him.
Starks is Pauly D?
Yeah. No, he looks more like the Situation to me.
Oh, man, he's the
Who
Situation.
would be Pauly D out of Team Taz?
Hook.
Yeah. Hook looks like...
Maybe Hobbs with that hairdo.
Yeah, and then Hook would be Vinny.
Vinny.
I bet you Hook's a really sweet guy, like Vinny.
I kind of want to see Hook do more, to be honest, too.
Yeah, I wonder what they're waiting on there. Is it more of like just getting a training?
Maybe giving him a little more training.
But it is cool. He looks cool every time he comes out. It looks like he's gonna be like a fast.
This may be cool. I would like to see Hook and Brock Anderson go at it.
That would be sweet.
And have Arn and Taz do mic work on each other or something like that. Glock Anderson.
Oh. Hey, before we get into what I was going to bring up next, I would like to see Hook use Taz as a mission. I think that'd be kind of be cool.
Taz is probably teaching him all the suplexes.
Yeah, probably. Taz is a big dude.
Suplex machine.
Yeah, I want to see Hook be great, and I want to see him use the Taz mission. I used to love that submission. But you mentioned him real quick. Dude, in 2020... Did I never think that I'd be so interested in seeing Arn Anderson on my screen? Because when
2021?
What did I say?
2020.
Yeah. Well, 2020, I guess, too.
Yeah.
But 2021. It's 2021, and I never thought I'd be interested when Arn Anderson pops up on my screen, and I am. Because this past week, he was in Cody's backyard with a fire in front of him.
Slapped the crap out of him.
Dude, he smacked the shit. Good night.
Don't ever talk to Arn that way.
You know who I am, bitch?
I'm the enforcer.
I'm Glock Anderson. Haven't you heard of me? Dude, I don't know what's going on, but every time Arn shows up now, I'm glued. I'm like, what is he going to do now? Is he going to actually shoot Cody? Is he going to smack the hell out of him? Is he going to stab him? Like, what is happening? Why is he so angry now? Arn is mad, dude.
He's just trying to light a fire into Cody.
Figuratively and figuratively.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's...
give him that fire.
Literally, yeah. Like, he... that was funny though. I can't wait to see what he does next week. I hope they keep doing something with this. I don't know. I'm more interested in seeing Arn Anderson than I am of Cody Rhodes right now. And honestly, I don't know where Cody's getting all the hate from, But I still like Cody. I just don't.
I kind of find it funny. He was just like, take off your jacket.
Use your tie.
No, take off your tie. Like he just wanted to burn everything.
Take it, strip down.
Take off your pants.
But it was funny when he was back there and Cody was like coming down from like the stairs from his house or whatever. He's like, you just hear Cody in the background like, you broke into my house.
Yeah. So I guess.
What are you gonna do? Shoot me? Like, don't you fucking tempt Arn Anderson. He will do it.
Steve Austin needs to come through the back door now,
dude. I don't know. I'm excited to see where this goes.
You're gonna try to pile drive me.
I wonder if Arn Anderson and Cody are gonna still be together, like as a coach again, because he's clearly still trying to like fire him up and motivate him. So what does this mean? Will Cody come back?
Cody turns heel and turns on Arn, and then Lee Johnson defends Arn, and Lee Johnson versus Cody.
Could be, or maybe Arn and Cody both go heel. You know what I mean?
Maybe Arn just shoots Cody.
Maybe you could probably
and just ends it all.
Yeah.
Heel or face,
and then he
matter.
throws him into the barrel of fire that he had on. Give me your jacket. Yeah, it could happen that way. Are we missing anything else from Dynamite?
Hikaru Shida and
yes.
Serena Deeb.
Yes.
Hikaru wanted to get the 50th win, her 50th win in AEW against Serena Deeb.
Right?
Yeah. Against Serena Deeb, she wanted to get the 50th win. And this is brilliant because everyone's anticipating the 50th win.
They got the trophy and everything.
And this is all genius to me because like she wants to get the 50th win. They have the trophy by her side, and then she's facing Serena Deeb, great in-ring competitor. And Serena Deeb, I felt like everyone was like kind of cheering for her going into that match. But after that match, I feel like she got a lot of heat. Not a lot, but like some heat.
Yeah.
And she hit her with that trophy at the end. And it was just like, you're not getting that 50th win on me. You know what I mean? That's what I took from it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think was happening. And I thought it was cool because during the match, I was thinking like, it would be cool to see Shida kind of chase the 50th win.
Just give her 50th, bro.
Yeah, like she just wants that win. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people just assumed that she was going to win. They made a nice trophy for it and everything. Like, oh, it's deep. It's not like she's going against Baker. It's not like, the face of the women's division or whatever. But not to say anything wrong with Deeb. She's great. But, like, I don't think a lot of people expected Deeb to beat Shida right there.
Yeah.
And the fact that she did, now it clicked in my mind. I was like, maybe they are going to go with this where Shida's going out there every week or every couple of weeks or whatever, and she's still trying to chase that 50th win. She wants to get that win. But it keeps prolonging it. You know what I mean? And then maybe the 50th win comes when she... What about the 50th win comes when she wants a TBS title?
champion. That'd be cool. She was the longest reigning AEW women's.
I just thought about that right now.
That'd be cool.
I would be okay with it, I guess. Jade and her or something. I don't know how the bracket looks, but it'd be cool if that came down to it or whatever.
Wow, what a freaking ending would be if it was Hikaru and Jade.
I think it's gonna be.
And then and then Hikaru picks her up for that Falcon Arrow and boom.
Yeah.
And pins her. What an upset.
Or maybe if Deeb is in the tournament too, they end up facing again for not only the championship but for Shida's 50th win. You know what I mean? That's a good dynamic. There's something there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it for Dynamite. I don't know if I have anything else. Do you have anything else?
I have nothing else to add.
Nothing else. We want to thank you guys again for watching another episode of DTE Dropping the Elbow. We're gonna get these out there to you guys every single week. And like I said, a lot of it's gonna be AEW heavy until something big or important or cool happens in WWE or NXT. I think this might be what you're going to see, and I'm not completely closing out the WWE stuff because I do want to talk about it, but right now we're just so in love with AEW.
We're in love. We're enjoying a new product.
Yeah, it's fun. It's exciting. So yeah, join us on that journey, man. Hey, the wrestling community is one of the biggest communities of fans out there. Huge. So if you like this video, give it a like. Comment on it. We've
share it to your other wrestling friends.
Yeah, dude. Like we've had people comment on other videos, and we do respond to comments. We would love to do that, and we already do that. So yeah, for sure. If you like it, share it, subscribe if you could. Our numbers of subscriptions are going up, so which means there are people out there who are liking this, which is great to know. It's good feedback. We want to put more out, and the more subscribes we see, the more likes and comments we see, it's going to motivate us even more to give you guys even more. And what did you say they should do to us? They should put us over.
Put us over.
Put us over, man.
Give us a push.
Yeah, give us a little push. There's so many outlets out there. What's another one? We love talking to you guys, and we love that you guys watch and join us on all of this. So, yeah, until next time, this is Josh. This is Travis. You're watching Dropping the Elbow, and we'll see you guys next week.